What is the Malabar exercise and why is it important for security in the Indo Pacific?
Well, the Malabar exercises, as they began a long time ago. They began as a bilateral exercise, actually, which was between the United States Navy and Indian Navy. So, actually, the India-US, cooperation, especially in the armed forces, that domain actually goes back a long way. But it's just that it's kind of gained traction ever since Quad was formed, and after Japan and Australia joined, it kind of became a multilateral exercise. Okay, and I think now it has become a platform which is there to address shared maritime challenges. It also is there to foster cooperation among the four participating navies, and it's come a long way. And I think when it began in 1992 to now, you see that the entire environment in the Indo-Pacific has also changed. Indo-Pacific is now the hotbed of growing tensions between US and China.
Media reports suggest that this year's Malabar exercise would be more comprehensive, incorporating complex operational scenarios at sea. What would that entail?
This is going to happen for about 10 days, starting today and going all the way until the 18th of October. And what we will see here is basically that this time the exercise is divided into two main phases. And if I tell you the details of these two main phases, you will get an idea of how comprehensive this year's Malabar is. There is going to be a harbor phase and there's going to be a sea phase. So the harbor phase is actually the one which is going to be conducted in Vishakhapatnam, and then the sea phase, of course, is going to take place off the coast. Now, if you look at the harbor phase, you will see different operational things, like there would be briefings, there would be professional exchanges, there would be joint planning sessions, and here you would see a lot of groundwork will be laid for other complex operations which will follow in the sea phase.
As the Malabar exercise emphasizes maritime security in the Indo Pacific, what impact would it have on the tensions in the Taiwan Strait and the South China Sea?
It's not just about the war which might or might not happen. It is also about this huge array of hybrid threats, this huge array of non-traditional threats that the countries in the region are becoming vulnerable to. That's what is meant by a multi-threat security environment, and the maritime domain specifically is something which is very vulnerable to that. So I think in that respect you do see that all this is one very essential component of how the security architecture is coming up in this vast domain of the maritime space.